Hey, if you're interested in getting a flag, there's one place you can go. We're going to talk to an expert. He owns the company, and they've been doing flags for over 100 years, since 1908. Stay tuned for this one, everybody. Welcome back, everyone, to Your Little Castle Show. Again, highlighting those leaders, many of which are from the St. Louis area. Baldwin Priesmeyer, proud American flags, baldwinflags.com. If you're interested in learning about flags, my brain is about to explode here because our expert in the building here, Cole, has got so much information about flags, hundreds of different flags, thousands of different in stock and inventory or that you can order, and he can get them for you. But you're based out here in St. Louis, Missouri?
Correct.
And have been doing your company's been doing flags since 1908.
Yes,
That's
been
pretty
a
awesome.
long time.
So you've been talking. You have an extensive military background yourself. So if you missed the first show, everybody, we covered quite a bit there. But I asked Cole if he'd stick around for a second half hour here. We were talking at the end of the show about when you meet somebody from the military and you shake hands, and then they offer you a coin. And then I said, we got a break to go to our end of our show here, but we'll start off the second show. Explain to me what that symbolizes, what the coin represents.
So the history goes back to like World War I, World War II. But the coin was used as a certification that somebody was in the military, and they used it during that time in the war where they were captured behind enemy lines and they were challenged, so it's called a challenge coin.
Okay.
An officer gave all of his, the story is, officer gave all of his unit a coin that showed it, the unit emblem. And in that, the foreign allies that captured this soldier that had crossed enemy lines didn't have any identification. The only thing he had was the coin, and those foreign soldiers recognized the allied units, insignia, and everything. And so that tradition spurred from that point. But now it's represented as a token of excellence. So when a commander or first sergeant or sergeant major thinks that you've done a great job, they hand you a coin and a handshake. And
do that one more time on camera. There we go. Okay, handshake. All right.
And that coin represents excellence. So if like you're an officer, an NCO, and you get coined from the sergeant major or the colonel or anything else, generally that translates to a bullet on your annual evaluation that's considered excellent rating.
Okay.
Me as a business owner, when I have a customer that gets a flagpole, I give them a coin as a symbol of excellence, but it's just to say thank you. Gotcha. And a memento that they can take and keep with them.
Okay, yeah, and there's a lot of tradition that goes into what a flag represents and how they pass on the history of countries and the colors. And the American flag that we know has evolved with 13 stripes and was it 13 stars initially?
Yes. In
the initial colonies, and then now we've got 50 stars. And maybe we're talking about, are we going to end up with more stars, depending on what countries might, territories,
they're
etc.
talking about conversion of territories, but they've talked about that for a long time.
Yeah.
So nobody knows yet, so we'll see where it goes.
But all nicely represented on our American flag. American flag is one of the most. What flag do you sell the most of?
The American flag.
The American flag. That's awesome. Well, tell me then. Obviously, you deal with this across the country. What's the biggest mistake people make when they're buying a flag?
One, it's proportional flag size to flagpole. And so I don't know how many times you've been driving around and you see that really small flag on a really big pole.
I haven't seen that.
It looks like a postage stamp. So you'll see a 30 or a 40-foot flagpole flying a 3x5. The sizing of a flag is generally 20 to 25% of the pole height.
Okay.
Is the flag's height on a pole. So, that 25-foot flagpole flies a 5x8, which is 20% of the height.
Right. Okay.
And that 30 flies a 6x10. So you see where the kind of averages out. But when you take it and you get that smaller flag, it looks really weird.
So the proportion is wrong. They've got a little tiny flag on a big pole. Why wouldn't you want to spend an extra $30, $40? But I guess it's whatever they had. They ordered a pole that was too large.
It just, I don't know. They probably don't realize it. They just ordered a flag, and then they're like, "Oh, okay, well, we'll move the clips and put it up anyway."
All right. But make sure you don't make these mistakes. Give a call here to Cole. He'll take you, walk you through that process. Obviously, a lot of people buy these for their homes. That's residential, I guess you'd say. Commercial, a lot of businesses. Where do you get most of your business from? Who do you work with most?
Heavily with construction companies. So we're considered a specialty trade. So your Arcos and Brinkmans and music and all these different regional and or national construction companies hire people like us to do their flagpoles for them because they don't want to do it and they recognize that that's what we do. And so they would rather have a professional come in and do it and not have to prioritize their employees to do the same thing that somebody does it every single day.
Makes sense, yeah. Hire the pros for what they do and what they specialize in, and make sure that you do get the job done right. What do you like about the St. Louis market and who it is that's buying most of your, you're doing almost all the installations you do, they're all in the St. Louis area, right? About 200 miles, you said?
Yeah, we try to stay within a 2-hour driving range. So we do Southern Illinois and St. Louis metro area. And depending on the project, dictates how far out we'll go. So if you want to buy a 100-foot flagpole, I will drive really far to put that up.
Okay.
But if you're going to buy a 15-foot pole, I'm probably not going to go too far to do that.
Right, I get you.
So, but no, we focus on the St. Louis metro area. Generally, highest volumes within an hour drive.
What do you like about St. Louis and the people you work with here?
Honestly, I would say St. Louis, if they have a flagpole, they almost always have a flag. You don't see many flagpoles bare in the St. Louis. Okay. I'm originally from Oklahoma City, and I was down there for the holidays, and I had saw more bare flagpoles than I've ever seen in my life, and it was shocking.
Why would that be? I mean, I guess it's just it wore out and they didn't replace it?
I couldn't answer that because, like I said, I don't live there now, but I was driving around town and I was just surprised to see all these bare flagpoles.
You're not talking Chicago Bears. You mean like they don't have any?
They don't have anything on.
No flag. And the Chicago Bears are one of my favorite teams too. But you don't want to have a unflagged pole that's out there, and there's something that happens, I guess.
I couldn't explain it. It was shocking to me, and
well, something you can remedy because you've got plenty of inventory for them, depending on what they would like with regard to that. Tell me a time though when you've had a situation where somebody might have had a problem. They didn't understand how the process went to get a flag, and you had to help somebody a little bit.
Well, so flag are normally ordered maybe once, twice a year per a customer. And with that being said, I have customers that call and they're like, I have no idea what size my flag is. Can you pull it up in your history and tell me what flag I ordered last time?
Right.
Because they ordered 5 or 6 at a time, and then they don't order for a couple years.
Gotcha.
So that's one issue, is they don't know the size flag that they fly. Outside of that, it is questions on, proper protocol, on what sizing of flag is appropriate, or, if they're flying 2 flags, spacing, or anything that they have questions on how to do it. They call and ask us.
Well, you're the expert with regard to that, so any flag-related question, you've probably got an answer for them.
If I don't have the answer, I will find them an answer, and I will provide it to them.
You know where to get the answer to.
Yes.
What's the biggest challenge you've overcome with regard to running a business here, and something you've learned that made you a little stronger? Obviously, you got through it. You've been doing this successfully now for a while, but what's some of the challenges you deal with?
I mean, to be honest, coming from a corporate world to a business owner, learning all your filing dates for different reports and stuff for the state was always fun. Outside of that, I would say it's more the small things. It is, communication and making sure you're properly responding to customers in a timely manner. Like they send in an inquiry. Even if you're not giving them the answer yet, you acknowledge that received and you tell them that you're working on it and you will have it back by XYZ. Those little things make a huge impact.
Yeah, well, paying attention to those details, it can make an impact, and that's what we often run into as a small business owner. With that, I'm going to share a little bit of your website with everybody. I'm going to go to the wide screen here. We've got Facebook wall over here and the website behind us, but I'll press my button here to put up on the wall the website. So I'm going to scroll back to the top here, and you can see here, got a search tool available there. You can type in and start searching. Proud American flags, banners, and then we go down here. Walk me through your website here a little bit about what you recommend people do when they get here.
So really it's so you can explore and see the different things we option. We do offer more products, but because everything is available, you can go to the different flags and show you that. We have some video clips. We have our blog site, military flags. We show all the different you can get a decal. I mean, all the different things associated to flags. Obviously, the American flag is our largest volume, predominant material that we focus on is nylon and polyester. Those are the two prime flags supplied in the United States. Outside of that, cloth now is traditionally used for funeral flags, and it's not typically flown anymore.
Gotcha. Yeah. Well, you've got quite the assortment of flags. So many American flags. That was kind of surprising, and relatively inexpensive. I didn't realize you get such a big flag for it. Was it $350 for a 12 by 18? Mm-hmm. That's a great size flag, and that could look. I'm thinking about maybe I should do something like that in my front yard. A little bit about the company here and your beginnings and the background, but great information there. If you're looking to learn more about flags and a company that's been dedicated to this beautiful decoration that we use to represent so much about our country, the information is out there. Baldwin, BALDWIN flags.com, and get some more information from our expert Cole here, who has been doing this and with a great military background. How does your military background help you with regard to this business?
So personally, I think it gives me a greater respect for the flag than someone. I think we all should and do respect our flag, but I think anyone that served, it carries a different weight.
Right. Yeah, there's a lot of people that they obviously have put their lives on the line, and many people who made the ultimate sacrifice, and they get that flag. My girlfriend has one of the American flags. They fold it up to the triangle, mm-hmm. and then dedicate that to those who've her dad served. He didn't give his life for that, but we all know some people, and I'll never forget for our little baseball team. I found out that the stars go forward, and we got flags, and I put them on the jersey, and I think we might have just put the way it laid, and they said, no, if you're going to have the flags, the stars always go to the forward. We made a tribute to my buddy Nuru Allen and his brother who gave the ultimate sacrifice. But lots of great dedication and so much that the American flag represents, and you're doing it well here. You've got to feel pretty proud being able to offer this to the public.
I do. That was one of the parts that interests me in the company. Just background, history, and the fact that you're providing a service that's needed. I mean, the reality is people want to have a U.S. flag. They want to be able to fly it. They want to show their patriotism. They want to show the unity of the United States. And it is one thing, a symbol that everybody recognizes, no matter where you are in the world. It's very visual.
Yes, and it's a beautiful thing, especially the American flag. But you've got them all, and people can represent the country they love or what they stand for here in the United States, and just an incredible background that's offered there. With that, we're going to share a little bit more of the community involvement we have here and some flags involved here. We were at Guns and Hoses. If you missed our first show, a little intro, we're going to pick up where we left off, and some dedications that were there made to our military and our police and fire in particular here, actually. Giving a sacrifice or making the ultimate sacrifice in serving our community. Stay tuned, everybody.
To serve the Sykes Department of Public Safety for 12 years, earning the respect of colleagues and the community alike. Officer Franklin was 41 years old. He leaves behind his wife, 4 children, and a loving family. We extend our deepest sympathies to all who have lost a loved one in the line of duty, and to the families and survivors who carry their memory. Please know this, you are not alone. We stand with you. The generosity shared by Guns and Hoses through the Backstoppers not only supports the families of those who have made the ultimate sacrifice, but also provides vital assistance to first responders who suffered life-altering injuries while protecting our community.
His name is Carter Rethwich, but in St. Louis, he's known as the Cardinal Cowboy. He's a well-known fixture in the stands at sporting events in the Gateway City. He's one of its greatest cheerleaders, a super fan like no other. When he makes his rounds at almost every home game, he shares his love for sports with the rest of fandom with a smile, a cheer, some positive encouragement, and lots of selfies and pics. But the Cardinal Cowboy was born of a tragic incident. Rethwich was an aspiring athlete in high school and college. He dreamed of playing in the big leagues, but those dreams ended when he and 3 of his college friends were hit with a devastating crash by a 5-time drunk driver. One of his best friends died. Carter suffered a critical head injury. The trauma put him in a coma for 6 days. The doctors said he was never expected to function again. Those expectations never came true. He fought back and finished college. He was determined to prove the doctors wrong. Among other inspirations, it was his love of baseball that kept him going. And from his near-death experience, the Cardinal Cowboy emerged. His goal in life became to inspire others with positivity despite the odds, to help people believe in themselves and achieve their dreams.
So after my coma, I realized that it was up to me if I was going to accomplish my goals, if I was going to reach my dreams. Despite what the naysayers would say, the people that were discouraging me, like they do everyone, it's up to me if I'm going to make it. Don't listen to the naysayers. It's up to you. You decide whether you're going to succeed, whether you're going to reach your goals. Dream, and then always, always chase your dreams. Never give up. Giddy up. Hey, we're looking for the small business owners and leaders in our community to be on our show. This is the Your Little Castle Show. We air 3 times a week, every week on ABC, and we would like to put somebody you know, or maybe it's you, who's a business owner, to be on our show. You'll sit right here in our guest chair, right here, sitting here talking to us. We're going to put on the wall your website and everything about you, and highlight you as a leader. Fill out the form you see here on our website. It's bigleagues.com, and if you go to bigleagues.com, fill out this form. It takes just a couple seconds, and you can even schedule yourself right here. Schedule yourself to be on the show, and there is no charge for us to record you. There's no charge to be in the studio. Check it out if you would like to be on. Fill out the form again, bigleagues.com. This is where we can turn any interview into a series of clips. Check that out. Go to bigleagues.com. So there you have it, everybody. But I'll tell you, the media has really changed the way we do things. Magnetize your media. Pick up our book here. We had a guest yesterday. She wrote a book. But this book will help you to understand how to best maximize what you can get out of the media these days. Yours truly wrote the introduction, the foreword for that. It said, Carter, you essentially wrote the first chapter. I said, well, that's cool, man. I love this stuff. So they had me help author this book a little bit. But with that, tell me, how has you're kind of an innovator. You said the processes that were started when you first took over the company were a little bit antiquated, and you said you had to catch them up with the 90s and make our joke there. Well, but how has technology changed the way you run the company?
Well, so we utilize like Ring Central for our call system. So when you call our number, the 314-535-2800, it rings everyone in our office.
Okay.
So someone's going to answer the phone. It's, Kaylin, my wife, that's the quotations manager, Gabby, who's the main customer service person, or myself. But utilizing that system, everybody's phone rings. So there's no calls that get missed. It can happen, but it's rare. Outside of that, that call system can get text messages. So we do get texts from customers, or if they've got issues or they need flag service repairs and things like that, they can actually take pictures and shoot it to us, and then we all get access to those files to see. And it's a lot easier to do that than sending it via email or requesting us to come out on site and do a site visit. So those simple things. It's going to the website and be able to, put your order in, find your account, and do everything online and send it. All we do is turn around and take the order and go package it and ship it out to you. So we try to make it as seamless for our customers as possible, and that's really the biggest difference between, the 80s versus present day is
Right.
Utilization of technology to simplify things.
Yeah, systematize your processes, and so the ordering process to make sure that the fulfillment is taken care of. Everybody doesn't get their flag when they need it for a big event or funeral or celebration. You obviously have a system in place to make sure that orders are filled, right?
We try to ship as soon as we can. Custom flags are the ones that take the longest. Those are 2 to 3 weeks out from order, and that's just finalization of drawings and then going to manufacturing. So.
Nice. Tell me the process then. Somebody wants to get a flag from you. You said it's pretty easy. Website, call. What do you prefer? Any of the above?
So we can do it all: email, website, phone calls. To be honest, we won't refuse any customer request. We're going to handle you as fast as we can. So if you've got if you email us, you can email sales@baldwinflags.com. That's a group email that goes to everyone in our company. So somebody will answer it and send you acknowledgement, and then start working whatever question you have. Outside of that, the website, you can place your order. Obviously, we would love to hear from you. Give us a call, and we'll handle any of your needs or questions.
And you can see there, we've got the inventory. I'm putting the website up here. Here's your products. Goes to those U.S. flags. I'll walk through here. I'll just select this 10 by 15. I can click on that and then say add to cart, right?
Yep.
There it is, and then proceed to checkout. Pretty simple process right there. You can have somebody sign in, or they can continue shopping, and once you're ready to make your purchase.
So the sign-in stuff, we do that so that we can get all their information. So you would create an account, and with that, it's your email, your address, all those things. So next time you come back, you just log in, and it's got your order history and everything there. Now, we are looking at updating it here in a month or so that they can do a guest checkout function.
Okay, very cool. But you can see a wide array of options available that you can have. Just about any type of flag you can imagine, and quickly shipped out. It's the specialty ones that take a little longer.
Yes, any stock flag we generally ship within 48 hours.
There you go.
Most of the time, a lot of times within 24 hours. So.
Okay. What's the biggest question people have for you? What they're saying, I want to do this, but is it always price, or what are most people concerned with?
Price. It's also, what's better, nylon or polyester, and that's dealing with the weight and durability. So nylons fly easier because they weigh less. Yeah. So it takes less wind to get full extension. A polyester weighs twice as much, so it takes more, but it's more durable.
Yeah, the polyester ones are the ones that look a little more professional, aren't they? They look a little better?
So your nylons are shinier. Your polyester looks more like cloth.
Okay.
So.
And I see there's some of them, they're just printed for each flag, each white, red. Others they're separate pieces of cloth sewn together? Or?
All of ours are sewn together. So the printed ones are a lot that you might get from Amazon or box stores and things like that. Ours, the white, the red, the stars are embroidered. Everything is made to spec.
There you go. And obviously you have high quality products that make people very happy. And if you're ever going to get an American flag, everybody, you want something that lasts and looks professional, so you can look the part and share your support for our little country on this planet. What gives you the most satisfaction when it comes down to it? Obviously somebody with a military background like yourself, you enjoy this support for our country and what you believe what our country stands for, but what do you enjoy most about being able to offer flags to people around the world?
So one, it's really nice when you install a flagpole, because generally it's not a need, it's a want, and it's something that people have either wanted for a while, or they've saved up for, or they just got in the new house, and this is the thing that's like the icing on the cake for them. So when you do that installation, you get it, and the smile and the gravitas of the customer's excitement is really where you feel that pleasure. It's because when you shake their hand and they're like, it's That's the feeling that's great.
Yes, I mean, being able to provide something that represents so much in our little country here. We do pride our freedom and what our country stands for and everything that flag represents. And just we're about to celebrate 250 years
Yes.
of our country. And so is there going to be an influx here? Do you have special novelty flags for that? Tell me a little bit about special events and that kind of stuff.
Did you watch the Super Bowl?
I did, actually.
All right, so you saw the 250 cursive thing in the stands, and then the flags and everything. So Annans, that's their flag.
Okay.
There are lots of different flags right now in the market commemorating the 250 years.
Okay.
We have one that is stylized off the Betsy Ross with the 13 stars in a circle, and it has 1776 and 2026 in the center of the circle. So I mean, there's lots of ways. If you want a custom specialty flag, we have those. But we're expecting a high volume of flags. Generally, flag season is not as heavy right in this time of year. But as you get closer through March and April and build into the summer, that's when we'll see a lot of flag orders come across.
Yeah, so 250 years of our country here. I would imagine there'd be an influx. And do they have a particular? Does everybody want that standard American flag, or what are you seeing most sales of?
So far, I've only had one real inquiry on a custom or a specialty flag for the 250 years. Outside of that, it's predominantly the U.S. flag or state or sports teams or custom. And custom is everything. I've done one for a wedding where the mother-in-law made a flag for their family when they came home for the after party to put on their house. So, I mean, flags have so many different meanings.
Yes, well, it's interesting to see that there's just such a market for that, and it's good to see because I love to support our country and what our American flag stands for, and you're doing such a great job representing, and it's nice to see that you're based out of St. Louis, Missouri, too, so that you can provide these flags for people around our country, because there's some people that don't understand what that really stands for and what the lives that were sacrificed in the mix to bring this flag to where it stands and what it stands for. Tell me though, how does this tie into the community and what it represents for you as a military army and what you've done, what the flag means to you?
So last summer we worked with the surprise team and did a flagpole for a 100-year-old Seabee World War II vet.
Oh, wow.
And we've done other charitable things. We work with the Kaufman Fund, which is a veteran organization.
Wayne. Yep, Wayne's a good friend.
And so I actually host a podcast with Sheila, who's the executive director.
She runs the Kaufman Fund, yeah.
And so we do one, and what we do is we interview all the different local veteran organizations and how they support our veterans. So I try to support vets any way I can.
There you go. Stay tuned for more, everybody. You're watching the Your Little Castle Show. Giddy up.